Hi, my name is Bree King, and tonight I want to talk to you guys about something a little unconventional. I'm going to give you guys a brief beginner's guide to ghost hunting. Everyone's seen or at least knows about shows like Ghostbusters or has seen clips from a show like Ghost Hunters International on Discovery. But few people understand exactly why people would want to spend their time chasing after paranormal activity or things that would normally scare the average person. I've been ghost hunting and doing paranormal investigations around North Georgia since I was a pretty young teenager. I can't name exactly where my interest began, but the fact that I grew up watching shows like The X-Files and Buffy the Vampire Slayer probably did not help to curb my interest in the supernatural. I've worked with several different paranormal investigation groups, and I'm currently involved with one here in North Carolina. I want to give you guys a brief overview of the why and how paranormal investigators, or ghost hunters, I'll use the words interchangeably, do what they do, and give you some tips for if you ever choose to venture into any haunted locations to do some hunting of your own. There are two kinds of ghost hunting. A normal ghost hunt would be going to a place where there might not have been any sightings of ghosts and trying to catch them on film. You can use video or photos. You can get sounds, try to take accounts from eyewitnesses. Graveyards are usually the most common place to start, but old churches, schools, and really any historical building can be good. And a ghost investigation is when you're going to a known haunted location, recording data, such as video, photos, taking temperatures, and audio, doing notes, and doing interviews with people who may have lived in or spend a lot of time in the area that you're investigating. Evidence to disprove or prove the haunting will be recorded, and usually you're assisting the owners in finding out the source of their haunting and trying to help them to do something to stop it. The assistance can be either you directly assisting them or putting them in contact with more experienced groups or individuals who can try to resolve the situation. Your assistance can be something as simple as educating them on what their options are. You can encounter some pretty interesting things while you're hunting. One type of haunting is usually a human at one point, and it's remained on this level for some reason or other. It might not know it's dead, could be held here by unfinished business, guilt, etc. These spirits are like the person was when they were alive, so they could be good or bad, just like the living, but they're not usually dangerous. This human spirit is the type you will encounter 95% of the time. Most investigators believe that they're caused by energy left over from when the person died. You could also witness a residual haunting, which is just a playback of a past event. This is just like watching a video from the past playing over and over again, and sometimes it's called a death echo. There are different opinions on what exactly causes these to occur, but many are similar to the ideas of leftover potential energy. Now, when you're getting your equipment ready to go, you're definitely going to want to take a camera. You can take either a 35mm with at least 400 speed film for picking things up, or you can even just take a digital camera if that's all you have available to you. You also always want to make sure that you have a flashlight because you are walking around in the dark. And you also want to make sure that you've examined the area during the daylight so you know to look out for any dangerous objects or any obstacles that might get in your way. You also want to take a notebook and a pen for recording any times of anything you might experience. And people who are on professional investigations will bring an electromagnetic field detector or an EMF meter for locating and tracking energy sources. These are pretty much standard procedure for most investigations nowadays. And I'm going to give you a handout with pictures of some basic EMF meters. A tape recorder would also be something that you want to take for recording what's called EVP, or electronic voice phenomena, which you'll usually find when you set it to record and walk around asking questions like, who are you, why are you still here, and just general questions about the spirit's life. Now I'm going to give you some general tips for ghost hunting. For one, never go out alone, which is pretty much a common sense idea. Make sure you've checked out, like I said, the area in daylight so you know what to look out for. Also, look for no trespassing signs. I speak from experience that you should make sure the area is not being patrolled by cops or is off limits to trespassers. Sometimes you can get a permit if you still want to hold an investigation and there are no trespassing signs. Also, make sure you do bring your ID just in case you do run into any local law enforcement. The best times to investigate are usually between 9 p.m. and 6 a.m., but you can check out any area at any time, even during the day. Also, be familiar with the history of the area that you're investigating. It can give you an idea of what you might encounter, and it can just be pretty interesting to learn the history of your hometown or your local area. In summary, ghost hunters and paranormal investigators are people seeking to understand a little outside of the everyday world. Some people do it as a hobby, and some people have even formed businesses, or such as the TV shows that you'll see on Discovery Channel and things like that. Whether you believe in the paranormal or are a skeptic, it can be a very interesting experience to chase after the supernatural. And whether or not you find something, is usually a fun experience for everyone who goes along. I would like for you guys to be able to understand more about shows like Ghost Hunters and Ghost Hunters International, and to know more about ghosts and hauntings and what causes them. I'm always available if anyone is curious or wants to share or get advice on any paranormal experience that they've encountered. I'm not an expert in the field, but I'm getting there, and I love hearing about other people's beliefs and opinions on the matter. There's no denying that there are things in this world that we can't necessarily explain or understand, and it is my goal to experience and to understand some of these mysterious things. Thank you.